a Galene woman, has self-care ready for the busy days. We all have them, those days where you just can't catch a break, and it's difficult to even think straight. Although it can feel super far away, these days are where taking 5 minutes out is so important. So here are your quick self-care tips for those busy days. Hello everyone, I'm Cole and this is the Galene Woman Is podcast, bringing you your best self-care rituals right to you, wrapped up in a little pretty pink bow. From one busy person to another, I really think this is a necessary episode. We are all the best at being little productivity bees and really going after what we want. But burnout sucks. Stress sucks, and all of us who are going after our dreams and working for what we want are actually really battling against these two things. It becomes seriously necessary to find those 5-10 minutes of just peace. It's tough, trust me, I get it. But there are genuinely practical tips that can take you from a frantic stress ball, aka me for the past month, to a calm, adaptable queen that actually knows the best ways to look after themselves when the days get busy. But listen, I get that the most common thought after what I've just said would be, well, they don't even work. What is the point in 5 minutes? And if you go in with it with that mindset, it probably won't be effective. So that's what we're going to start with. Many of us feel like there's actually not enough time for self-care. It's that thought when you look at your schedule and you're just like, nope, there is no space. First of all, that should be your biggest indicator that the amount of work you're doing daily is not balanced with your time off. I definitely used to be that person who glorified turning around and being like, oh, I'm so busy, I'm so hardworking, I've stayed up so late to do this. But in reality, who was that actually helping? I was fatigued, incredibly stressed, and ultimately continuously burning out. It's such a common conversation for so many people at college, in high stress working environments, to see it as some sort of flex that you're suffering off the back of all this work. But when it comes down to it, it's just self-neglect. Think about it. When was the last time you skipped that extra hour of work just to relax and do something you love because it was going to benefit your health? If it's hard to remember, you're definitely not alone, but neglecting self-care is more detrimental than skipping that hour of work. It's about your health and your productivity being successful, and fundamentally, your happiness. So, I can't personally do a lot about your schedule. That's very much down to you, but what I can do is give you a set of practical and actually effective steps to including more restful periods during your day, and how to start thinking about them as a necessity. All I can say is don't underestimate the power of 5 minutes. It's something I've really personally come to embody and talk about with so many people when I've been asked about my own self-care routines and rituals. You also have to be willing to kind of embrace a calmer life. The less reluctancy you have going into adding these tricks into your life, the more you will feel the relief and the refresh that they truly can provide. I've been in that camp. I've thought that this oh, you only need a minute is really silly. And now I run a self-care podcast. So I really do think that speaks for itself, that this is effective, because I use it. Even in my crazy busy schedule, I use these tips, and it really, really does help me stay afloat, stay happy, and stay focused. When you're living a busy life and staying in high intensity environments, the crucial element of your self-care practice is brevity. Therefore, everything I mention can be done in 5 minutes or less. Let's get into it. Option number 1. Never underestimate the strength of a focused breath. Maybe when you've come back from your lunch break or you're heading to work, a point in your day that could kind of be seen as a bit of a transition is always good. Take a moment to concentrate solely on your breathing. Breathe in deeply through your nose, hold for a few seconds, and exhale slowly through your mouth. Nobody's watching you, nobody's paying attention, or anything like that. It's just you and your breath. This is such a perfect tool to really recenter your mind. And my favorite thing to do with this is imagine I'm literally exhaling any of the stress that I'm feeling. I'm letting it go, float into the air behind me and just dissipate away. Another option is focusing on releasing muscle tension. When you're sat at a desk or just hunched over your laptop, you don't even need to be sat down, or moving around a lot because you've got a lot to do, your body really feels it. Again, when you're at one of these transition points in your day, waiting to start a meeting or a call, just tense each muscle group for about 5 seconds and then relax them for about 30. It's a good idea to work your way upward from your toes to your head, and it's such a simple way to just ease the physical tension all pent up within your muscles that are just adding to your mental stress. And it's so quick. Another option is just taking a minute to observe. We all get lost in the future problems, past issues that now need fixing, solving, etc. The present moment gets forgotten all the time. Bringing yourself back to the present space helps your attention, mental clarity, and genuinely giving your brain some space away from all those stress points and fatigue triggers. Choose any object on your desk. It literally can be anything, a plant, a cup, a pen. Just find something that's easy to focus on and simply put all of your attention on it. Notice every single detail about it. Its color, its shape, its texture, its placement, the things that kind of surround its aura, everything just for a few minutes will slip away because you did that, and it will give your brain some peace. Another option is, and this is actually a really good lead on, focusing with imagery. This is a practice inherited from meditation, but its effectiveness as a quick self-care practice to give you some calm is so simple. Just close your eyes and imagine your most peaceful scene. A calm beach, quiet walk in the forest, your living room, by an open window, by a fire, whatever floats your boat. Visualize all the sensory experiences you might encounter here. The smells, the things you might be touching, the feelings on your skin. It's such a powerful method as it actively shifts your mind away from all the stresses around you. Your next option is trying a little bit of desk yoga. Okay, hear me out, I get it. Sometimes when you're sat hunched over your desk and your back and your shoulders are killing you, this might not even feel like something you want to do, but you really do just need a little bit of a break here. So do some simple stretches while sitting or standing by your desk. Maybe a neck roll, a shoulder shrug, a wrist stretch to make sure that your body is actually relaxed while you're doing your work. And your circulation is actually getting some attention because Lord knows your feet will be suffering when you're standing or sitting. There's nothing worse than leaving your desk and feeling physically depleted and achy. So just a little stretching here and there will do wonders for how you feel when you come to the end of the day. Your next option is just a mini gratitude prompt. If you've ever listened to a Galene podcast before, you know how important gratitude is to my daily routine. And I feel like this really can be a brilliant way to start your day going in on a positive note. As you come to sit at your desk or do the first written task of your day, take a second to quickly jot down 3 things you are grateful for in that moment, in that time. I always like to make them specific to my day as it feels more impactful than just writing something general. This really can shift your mindset towards positivity, away from stress, which you can take into the rest of your day, and remembering those things when things feel a little bit rocky. Your next option is another breathing technique, but it's a little bit more specific, and it's called the 4-7-8 technique. When I'm feeling a bit of overwhelm, which can happen on the days of stress, I really try to come back to my breathing. This is such a simple one you can do literally anywhere and put all of your focus into, just like the ones I've mentioned before, to recenter yourself a bit. So you breathe in for 4 seconds, you hold for 7, and exhale for 8. I kind of imagine myself drawing a bit of a triangle while I do this, especially if you're more of a visual person and like something to think of that's kind of specific. This can help with this particular technique. There are countless studies that have been done on why breathing exercises are so good for you and really do reduce the state that you're in to one of calm. So just surrender yourself to it, and I guarantee you will be surprised. The next one is a mini digital detox. It is so easy to spend your entire day looking at a screen when you're working hard. And a really, really, really easy way to make sure you're coming away from your screen at various points in your day and giving your brain a little bit of an information break, even if it is just for 5 minutes, is to make sure that if you are taking 5, you categorically don't pick up your phone. The temptation is so real, I get it. Whether you're sat on the train or you're just taking a breather or, you're going out and you're between tasks, but just leave it at your desk or somewhere that you're not going to reach for it, and it will make a world of a difference in terms of the mood you come back to your desk in. Your next option is the 1-minute meditation. Even 1 minute can feel like a long time in the busy bee world, but that's why 1 minute of closing your eyes, sitting back, and just letting your thoughts pass without engaging with them is actually pretty significant. Giving yourself the space to just be there for a second, no to-do list, no job, no action, no responsibility, will just equal out the energy within you of work to peace, detangle that stress, and genuinely help you become more present. Incorporating practices throughout your day that help you maintain your mental equilibrium will not only completely remove any chances of extreme burnout, but genuinely improve your outlook on life. Getting bogged down with work really does just take the biggest mental toll on what you're doing and can kind of destroy the fun in so much of the stuff that you're passionate about. It protects you against seriously damaging cumulative effects of stress in high pressure environments and just keeps you in a good mood. So there you go. That was a whistle-stop tour through quick and effective ways to add some self-care into your daily life. And as I said at the beginning, from one busy gal to another, it's so easy to forget that balance actually needs to be followed through, not just thought about. You deserve the mental peace to know that you're going to get through any day, no matter what stress could throw at you. We actually have an article on the Galene blog all about quick self-care tips for the busy days. So if you're looking for a bit more of a deep dive, because you do actually have a second, then I've linked it in the podcast description. If you took this episode to take a moment for yourself, congrats. You're living with self-care in mind. If not, make sure you find some time soon, because there is nothing more calming than time to unwind and reset. The next episode will be announced on Wednesday on our Instagram @GaleneCompany_, and our weekly self-care tea newsletter is also there to keep your self-care inspired and genuinely wonderful. Until next time, take care of yourself. You deserve it.